Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV.
Yo, Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out. Little overview, we just had a listen to Poison the Well. If you're just joining me on this video, my review of this record, I've done a song by song listen through. It got recommended to me by Joel N via the Patreon. Alright. Putting me on to some good metalcore music. I don't know where in the discography this record comes about. I was surprised that this was put out in '99. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what the YouTube description said. And it was on a topic upload basis, which sort of means that the owners of the masters have uploaded it to streaming services, including YouTube, and it's been put up in that manner. So I assume that the date is correct. Just teetering the line of coming into the 2000s, where 2000s metalcore and more, you know, pop-influenced elements came into the music. Sort of making a little more success being in a metalcore band in the 2000s as far as metal's concerned. 90s, you know, Slayer riffs and ignorance and political sort of elements to the music. And as we found in this one, a lot more old school emo sort of style stuff. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good record. Plenty of E-chug breakdowns. It didn't sound like they were drop tuned, riff-wise, but, you know, quite possibly it was in drop D tuning. It wouldn't have been any lower than that. With how many breakdowns there were, I'd be surprised if it was in E tuning, but it very well could be. I thought this band would have been, you know, just hearing the name Poison the Well over the years, or seeing them on festival bills and so forth, I would have thought they would have came a little later than putting out records in the 90s. So that was quite surprising. Just getting a call through, one moment. So, apologies if I have to rehash any information. I just got a call through. Clean moments in this record was really good. I like the twinkling guitars. It felt as if, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, because I feel like bands, with this coming into the 2000s, you can hear how the breakdown, the chugging breakdown, was becoming the forefront of this style of music, as opposed to maybe a little bit earlier in the mid-90s and so forth. It was a little more emphasized on the riffing as a general, like mid-paced, Slayer-esque riffing. We didn't really get any Slayer on this record. We had a lot of emo incorporation, it felt. It felt like there was a lot of emo vibrations that came through this record. Whether it be through, you know, the atmospheric, almost post-hardcore parts that were coming through. If not, you know, the clean spoken word, which, you know, is a metalcore classic. It can't be a metalcore, but a proper metalcore band without spoken word elements. If not that, the song titles sort of erred a little more onto the emo sense as well, although I can't tell you much about the lyrical content, purely as, you know what I mean, I barely picked up any of the lyrical content, truth be told. Vocals, harsh, you know, harsh, sounded a lot like what was to come with Knocked Loose. You know, the frontman's highs in that band shared a parallel. What more can I say? I mean, the breakdowns were the point. It felt as if any section in between them breakdowns just served as a bridge to get to the next breakdown, you know, because there wasn't necessarily any structure in a sense as far as there being verses, or at least the verses weren't constructed like, you know, a formulaic verse. Verse 1 wasn't the same as verse 2 as far as the instrumental and the riffing was concerned. Might go from a clean section, and then the second verse section might be like an atmospheric reverb section and so forth. As far as rating is concerned, let me tell you, my hair's horrible today, people. As far as a rating on this record is concerned, I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 6 because I don't necessarily have too much of a reference point. I liked a lot of E-Chug breakdown music in high school. I used to watch a lot of top 10 breakdown compilation records where I have no doubt Poison the Well was featured from time to time. But in regards to that limitation of relevant acts, I can't necessarily pinpoint where I should be rating this record as such. I don't know how far into the discography it is. Maybe it was their debut. Joel, the person who recommended it, more than likely told me, so I apologise if I do have that information. But I jumped straight into it. I was looking forward to checking this band out as I'd never done so before. And I enjoyed the record. 9 tracks. It was good. It didn't overstay its welcome whatsoever. It was a good amount of material for the band's content. Most definitely. It was a good showcase of what the band had and what the band has to come from here on in. So, with a better production value over the years, given that the label gives them that sort of money, I can imagine this band, especially if they developed, you know, in the grand scheme of things, bright things for the future of the act. And that's no doubt, given that I do see them or have seen them on decent bills over the years. And with that, I'm going to sign out, people. So thank you very much. Peace.